Hi, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this article, huge news, Senate votes 80 to 15, historic victory. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has been trying his best to slow down President Donald Trump and block his agenda. Schumer has desperately tried stopping Trump's agenda and his breakneck pace of reshaping the judiciary, but he has failed spectacularly. In another historic vote, the Republican-controlled U.S. Senate just flipped a third appeals court to a GOP majority. By a vote of 80 to 15, the U.S. Senate confirmed Barbara Lagoa to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. Lagoa, a 52-year-old who was the first Cuban-American woman on the Florida Supreme Court, is the first Hispanic nominated by Trump to be confirmed for a U.S. Court of Appeals vacancy. Schumer was one of the 15 who voted against her nomination. Here's the best part. Republicans now control the Florida Appeals Court that sends cases to the U.S. Supreme Court, which Republicans also control a 5-4 majority on. Trump's already had 5 appointees to the court. It's already a much more conservative court than before, and it might be the second most conservative court in the country, said Carl Tobias, a law professor at the University of Richmond who tracks federal court nominations. Tobias said the appointments on the 11th Circuit mean that 7 of the judges were appointed by Republican presidents and 5 were appointed by Democrats. Combined with Republican-controlled legislatures in Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, Tobias said the court could be a testing ground for conservative policy on many different issues. It's a place, for example, that has a lot of capital cases, criminal procedure, issues of voting rights, all the culture war issues like abortion, Tobias said. My guess is you would see very conservative opinions. The 2nd, 3rd, and 11th Circuits have all transitioned from being controlled by liberals to now having a majority of Republican-appointed judges under Trump. While Democrats are leading a shameful impeachment witch hunt, Trump has already reshaped the courts in a way that is historic. The GOP-controlled Senate has confirmed around 160 conservative judges since Trump took office less than 3 years ago, and Schumer can't do anything to stop it. Analysis shows that Trump is on pace to appoint 30% of all federal judges currently on the bench by the end of his first term. And if Trump wins re-election in 2020 and serves another 4 years, it's more than likely that he will have appointed more than 50% of all federal judges when he leaves office in 2024. Below is a visual representation of which party has a majority on federal appeals court. Now, consider that after his second term, Trump will likely flip at least 2 more of those courts so that Republicans control a majority on them. Trump's judicial appointments also include 2 Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. That's certainly a historic accomplishment, and the Republican-controlled Senate is reshaping the federal courts across the country for decades to come. Trump has done this country a huge service by appointing a slew of young, fair, and Constitution-focused judges to the nation's courts.